Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into a company that was, well, growing really fast, but then they sort of hit a wall with their systems. Our mission here is to really understand that challenge and what happened when they made a big change.
Right. When we're talking about 3B training, they do health and safety training, mostly for the construction industry. Started small back in 2011, just one office, but they grew impressively 9 venues across the country, loads of different courses, classroom, online, NVQs, the works.
That's serious growth. But yeah, that often shines a light on, let's say, system limitations, doesn't it? Around 2020, things got tricky for them.
Exactly. That's when the bottleneck really appeared. Their training management software, the one they had then,
Yeah.
that just wasn't built for that kind of scale. Their own systems manager called it very manual, very admin heavy.
Oof. Manual and admin heavy. So think booking confirmations, reminders, all that stuff.
Pretty much. Imagine handling all the joining instructions, course bookings, scheduling across 9 venues, mostly by hand or, with very basic tools. It meant every bit of growth, every new client.
Just meant more paperwork, more admin time.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It was actually holding back their growth because, well, the only way to cope was to keep hiring more admin staff. And key things were missing, like proper automation, real-time reports.
Which slows things down internally, sure, but I bet it affects the customer side too, waiting for manual emails and confirmations.
Definitely. It wasn't just an internal headache, it was a real barrier to scaling the business effectively. So they did their homework, looked around, and decided to switch systems. They went with Access Planet.
Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting, right? The impact of that switch.
It really is. The word they used to describe the impact, massive.
Massive. That's a strong claim for changing software. What made it so massive? What changed the most?
2 big things. Efficiency and visibility. They literally said you just can't compare it to what we had before.
Okay, efficiency. Let's start there. How did the new system make things more efficient, like on the ground, day to day?
Well, automation was the huge shift. Think about all those admin tasks. Sending joining instructions, reminders, asking for feedback after a course for every single person on every course.
That sounds incredibly time-consuming.
It was. The new system automates all of that, just handles it. And that freed up the team massively. They could focus on stuff that adds more value, not just repetitive tasks.
Right. I can see how automating joining instructions alone would save just huge amounts of time over a year.
Okay, and visibility.
Yeah.
How did that play into the massive impact?
Visibility was maybe even more transformative, strategically speaking.
Yeah.
They got dashboards, real-time reporting, basically live data they just couldn't easily get before, like operational status, what tasks are outstanding, but the really big one, real-time profitability figures.
For each course.
Exactly. Per course, per event. Live data.
Wow, okay, that's not just managing operations anymore. That's properly understanding the business drivers. Absolutely. That level of insight changes everything. You can see exactly which courses are making money, where the demand is. It lets you make much smarter decisions about where to focus, marketing, resources, things the old system just couldn't support. And it helped with resource management, too, allocating trainers, rooms much more effectively, even for bespoke stuff.
So it wasn't just about making the admin smoother. The efficiency and the visibility actually fueled more growth.
Totally. They explicitly said it enabled serious growth. The system meant they could scale up, acquire other companies, open new training centers without the admin workload exploding in the same way. It stopped being a constraint and actually became an enabler.
And they also mentioned the support aspect was important, having a good relationship with the provider.
Yeah, they talked about their customer success manager feeling like an extension to our in-house team, which, highlights it's not just about buying software, it's about the partnership to make it work and keep it working as you evolve.
Got it. So pulling it all together, the 3B training story, it's more than just changing software, isn't it? It really shows how getting the right system in place isn't just a tool. It can fundamentally transform the way you operate as a business.
It unlocks potential that was just stuck behind those old manual processes. It allowed them to scale in a way that was impossible before.
Exactly. It really makes you think, doesn't it? If a company is feeling held back by outdated manual ways of working, like 3D was, what kind of transformation, what potential might be waiting just on the other side of that next system change?